In case you're wondering why I decided to go on the side again, it's because I'm a little bit insecure about my lazy eye today. Exhibit A. Yeah, that's not happening. Yep, it's that time of night again. It is currently 2:22 a.m. No, I'm sorry, 2:42 a.m. What I'm going to talk about today has less to do with me and way more to do with him. So basically, what's been going on is that every I don't know if it's my schedule change or what, but every time I take him out during the day, it's people have been coming up to us and just, I don't know, yelling at me to pick up after him. It's weird because he's just out on a walk sometimes. He doesn't always walk to go. And I have an entire setup just right outside my door, before I leave, full of doggy bags and dog wipes and all that, just so I don't ever run into a situation where I'm out on a walk with him and I don't have a bag prepared for him. Like, I will take a picture of it and show it somewhere here. It's just a little bit weird because would you still have that audacity if I was walking a really big dog and or I was a really big muscle dude? It's just weird that you would have the audacity to come up to me and say that stuff. And it's just unfair because I talk to other people in my building. I know homegirl with the giant pit bull doesn't get yelled at like that. So why do I have to deal with that? And I want to empathize. I really do. It's very frustrating walking down a city where you're just trying to enjoy your day, and have a little aesthetic moment. And then there's dog poo everywhere. Or if you're having a really bad day and then you're not looking where you're going and then you accidentally step in something. Like that's not a great experience, and we've all been there. It's just a little unfair to take it out on people who haven't done anything to you, especially because you don't know my story. I literally walk around because I buy my bags in bulk. I literally walk around my block, cleaning up after other people. Like the things I'm picking up, I don't even know if it's human or dog. I literally don't know, but I still do it just because I want to have a better experience when I'm walking my dog without having that judgment anywhere. I'm not the one doing it, and it's really rude for other people to just walk past me and yell at me "Oh, are you gonna pick that up?" Or when you're drunk and you're popping your head out of your car just to yell at me to pick something up that's not even there. He's just out walking. He's not doing anything. One of the most memorable experiences. I live in a city, yes, but they also have really wide sidewalks. There was a lady on the sidewalk riding her bike, and from literally 2 blocks away, she was ringing her bell very viciously at me. And I know because I was the only other person on the street, and he was he was going that time in the side patch on the side of the sidewalk, if that makes sense, sort of where the trash cans would go. But she would not have moved, and she kept ringing it, and then she went to a full stop right in front of me, went ugh, and then slowly moved her bike out of the way. And I totally could have cussed her out, but I totally could have cussed her out. And it would have been so easy to like like so easy. But it's important not to act the same way that other people act, especially because I don't like it happening to me. Why would I allow it to happen to someone else? And I guess it's just gonna keep on breeding more people who just keep turning out into being those bitter old people. And I don't want to be a bitter old person. Like, it's just important to take a more empathetic approach to things, which I feel like our generation surprisingly does really well, which is kind of why we have a lot of social anxiety compared to our predecessors. And it's just, why do people gotta be like that? Like, that, why is that the culture that you wanna perpetuate? Why is that the common trait that defines us as, I don't know, Americans or like whatever state you're in? Like, I can't speak for other countries. Like, hopefully the culture is different there, but I'm only saying from what I can experience and what I see talking about in the, I don't know, the internet circle that I'm in. And I'm seeing a lot of Gen Z social anxiety, a lot of loneliness, Gen Z. I see, like, that's a lot of the predominant things I'm seeing. It's just no wonder why young people have a lot less of a threshold for social situations and tend to have a tendency for more social anxiety. It If that's the way that our elders are treating us, I will have to say, like, I feel like our generation has a lot more capacity for empathy than a lot of others. Like, I will say, I'm glad I'm born in this day and age because I do feel a lot more freedom in sort of just expression in clothing, aesthetics, and all that. Compared to other previous generations, they were a lot more stiffy. Like, we tend to like not deny it, but if we really look back at the 2000s and what people were actually wearing in the 2000s, it looks very, very, very bland. Like, I know Y2K is in and all, but take a good hard look at the movies back then and what Y2K fashion is right now. Side note, in between the last clip and this clip, there has been a full 24 hours of passing. The current time is 12:12. Um, so yeah, I fell asleep in these clothes. I went on about my day. I showered and then I went back here later tonight and put on the same clothes and am repeating the same thing as if nothing happened, no time passed between yesterday and last night. So yeah, no time passed. Doesn't matter. In any case, I just thought it was more worth sharing like individual experiences because I watch a lot, and I mean a lot of video essays talking about our sort of dystopic loneliness and how it's like more of a generational thing. But they sort of just talk about like generalized causes and beat around the bush with it. Like, there's not really like a solution to it, but like, it'd be nice to like get a little bit more in depth because like a lot of the blame tends to be put on like social media and whatnot. But let's be real. When was the last time you went outside and actually had a positive experience? And I guess the simplest solution would obviously, like, as a city dweller, would be to sort of just become mean back, like start yelling at them out, start cursing at them. But why would you want that to be societal norms? Like, why would that be a good interaction? And I feel like that's sort of where older generations and younger generations differ. Like, I have a lot of social anxiety, I will say, but it's more stemming from the fact that I don't want to upset other people. And I'm sure for a lot of other people, it's the same way, where you want, if there were to be an interaction between the two of you, you would want the other to leave with a positive note rather than just, oh, I added on to his already probably bad day. I mean, nobody can afford to live anymore. Like, that's just the bare bones basic reality. So any other interaction that's negative on top of that could literally be the 13th reason that pushes people off the edge. Like, every single time, like, people are like riding right along number 12 and 13. So I don't know. I've never seen like mean younger people. I mean, unless they're white. But that's not something I'm gonna get into. Not today, at least. So yeah, I guess stay being nice to one another, but hopefully, like, with if more people start going outside, just figuring out how to spend your time freely rather than going anywhere and spending money, then hopefully we can start to see more positive day-to-day interactions with other people. Like I know I'm hoping for that. At least I'm trying to get more out there, just like start walking around, and I'm like, I'll give people like a compliment here or there. Like one of the perks, I guess, of being so obviously is that I never have to worry about like getting mistaken for like flirting or like catcalled. Like that's just not gonna happen. But yeah, be nice to people. Continue being that way. But if they're old looking and then they're like mean on top of it, that's where you draw the line. You don't have to do that anything like that. You don't have to be nice to them. And I'm not saying the world that we live in is bad at all. Like I am enjoying a lot of different freedoms that I would have never been able to enjoy even just like if I was a millennial. Like the way I dress, the way I act, the way I am perceived aesthetically, it just wouldn't have been possible to be this way even like 20 years ago. So, like, in some ways, it's really refreshing. But yeah, as I was saying, that's no way to blame like a whole generation on loneliness when clearly, like, there were steps leading up to this world that was this current world that we live in that was out of the young generation's control. Like, we didn't invent these things, we didn't start societal norms. So I don't know why it's being such a Gen Z thing that lack of human relationship bonds are sort of just pinned on us as if we were the outliers, as if like we weren't really just living the world that y'all created. I don't know. I don't really, yeah. Okay, bye. This is officially the second one, so I have another video to be showing you people too.